Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind.
Hi Posh fam, welcome back to What's Trending This Week. A lot has happened this week, but I'm going to pick two viral news to update you on, which I feel you would love and you would enjoy. First, before we get into the topic of today, I would like to say thank you to my latest subscribers. Thank you for coming on board the Posh Fam train. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this channel with your friends and your family. To my existing subscribers, thank you for holding us down. I do appreciate the support. Again, as always, comment, like, and share. And with that said, let's get into the viral trending stories this week. First things first, Tay Tay, Taylor Swift, broke the Australian internet this week. Oh my God, it was a frenzy. Guys, when I say frenzy, it was a frenzy. Now, I know you would say, it's Tay Tay. Everyone loves Tay Tay, except me. Now, I am not saying I don't like her music. I have just not settled down or listened that intently to her songs until this week. Now, the Eras tour is coming on, I think 2024, February 2024, if I'm not mistaken. And ticket went out this week, or ticket were out this week. And guys, the Australian internet crashed. Now, I mean this quite literally, because everyone that I know tried to get their hands on a ticket and some were unsuccessful. But we're going to get into the good news following all of the disaster or the catastrophe that was Tay Tay ticket sale. Oh my God. So on Monday, or rather, I think we knew that Ticketek was going to be the one handling the sales for her tour coming on in February next year. I mean, she Australians love her. Tay Tay is what is the vibe. And so I thought, okay, there's really no biggie. It's like any other concert people go for. Personally, I haven't really been to a concert, so I don't know what the feel is like. And I don't understand the frenzy. But I can appreciate that people are this invested and this dedicated to their artists that they love. I mean, it's a good thing, right? I don't know. But anyway, on Monday, the first set of tickets went on sale. Okay, she had, I think, 2 shows booked between Melbourne and Sydney. So the first ticket went, I think that was like the VIP ticket, or for those who had the American Express card. And within a twinkle of an eye, the ticket was sold out. Now, everyone was saying, I couldn't get a ticket. I'm like, what is the big deal? You guys chill. Then I think the Sydney ticket also went out, and within minutes, it was sold out. And now, everyone on Wednesday was gearing up for the ticket sale launch via Ticketek here in Melbourne. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Now, I would say every homes in Australia had multiple computers on. I have a few photos that I took that I'm going to try and share. I'm not going to tell you where I got this photo from, but I can tell you this is the scene in multiple homes. They had 4 computers on, logged on Ticketek, waiting on a queue to get their hands on this coveted era ticket. I was just laughing my head off. I saw the photos coming. I'm like, what is this? So the ticket was meant to go on at 2 p.m. Australian Eastern time, and it was chaos. Before that, Daniel Andrews, the premier of Victoria, even had to make an emergency or post an emergency tweet letting people know that it was going to be an emergency. Like, it was an SOS alert for Tay Tay's tickets. And boy, was it a frenzy. The ticket went on sale at 2 p.m. and it blew up the internet that I think most of the sites crashed. It was sold out within seconds. I'm not exaggerating though, but I think it was literally sold out within 3 minutes of launch. And thank God for those who were unsuccessful, despite having 20 systems going. There is good news, and that is the fact that as a result of the frenzy and unprecedented demand for her ticket or for this tour, 2 more shows are going to be added to her tour. And so, guys, hopefully, as we speak today, there's going to be another ticket frenzy via Ticketek. So hopefully those who were unsuccessful on Wednesday will be able to get their hands today, Friday, and there's going to be more dates, okay? There's going to be more shows that will be added to her tour. So, guys, I am pretty sure if you were unsuccessful on Monday, unsuccessful on Wednesday, and unsuccessful today, you will definitely be able to get your hands on tickets. And if that fails, if all else fails, just wait for the bootleg. These tickets are so expensive already as it is, but I am pretty sure there will be a bootleg version, or it will go on the black market where you can get your hands on this ticket, but it will be at a hefty price. So, like I said, Tay Tay fans, I know, don't be disappointed yet. There is good news coming on. You're gonna get your hands on this ticket. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If not today, there will with the new added concert dates, you'll be able to get a Tay Tay minute. All right. And a quick update for my Tay Tay fans. I think I just saw on the news the dates that has been earmarked for this particular concert come February 2024. So I think for Melbourne, it's 16th through to 18th. That's 3 days. And for the Sydney goers, it's going to be on the 23rd through to Monday 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So 4 days, 3 days here in Melbourne and 4 days in Sydney. Now there is another hurdle post the ticket saga, and that is accommodation and flight. Guys, if you did not book your accommodation to this particular cities prior to you purchasing your ticket, it's gonna be a hard one because the prices for flights for those dates has been jacked up. Accommodation, if you can find any close to the venues, good luck. Now, for those who were well prepared, and got the hotel accommodation stroke as well as flight packages with the ticket, good on you. You scored major. Now, for those who just felt, let me get hold of the ticket first and then I'll sort out the rest later, it is going to be you spending a little bit more to get the other things in place. Now, don't forget you also have feeding again to consider. So good luck for you concert goers come February. I would say you've got plenty of time to save up for the expenses of a lifetime. Like I said, it looks as if Tay Tay has just helped Australian economy out of recession. And also some more news. I think I know a few people who were successful and they secured some beautiful tickets when it launched on Wednesday. So I'm going to share some of those tickets that I saw that a few people were able to score. So it was real, despite the fact that a lot of people could not get access to this ticket. And I hope that the Friday general ticket sales that went on, a lot of you were able to secure some ticket. Again, good luck for February. I cannot wait to unpack all that went down from those who went for the event, because I will not be going. I didn't get a ticket, okay? But if there's a fan that's lucky enough to want to secure me one, well, I probably will go. This will be my first concert ever. Who knows? Just putting it out there. Beggars can be choosers, right? Now, some quick viral news. Chrissy Teigen, John Legend's wife, has just announced that baby number 4 has arrived via surrogate. Very cute baby. We didn't even know she had another baby plan in the making, given the fact that she only just gave birth to a baby not too long ago. I guess she wanted to get, according to her, she wanted a family of 4, and the fact that she couldn't, I don't know the plan, probably wasn't able to procreate or go through the pregnancy process again. She decided a surrogate was just the next best thing for their family to complete her plan for 4 kids. And here, baby Alexandra looking so cute. Congratulations to John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. I do not know how she's going to cope with 2 babies. Ooh. But yeah, she's got her mom around and the house is full. When you got this, everything else comes very easy. That's what they say. And also, for more baby news, congratulations are in order for Naomi Campbell, the supermodel of our era. She has just welcomed baby number 2 at 53 via surrogate. Of course, you know, back in 2021, she welcomed a baby girl via surrogate, and now she is welcoming the baby boy, or she has welcomed a baby boy via the same medium. And with her sage words, she's lucky to be a mommy all over again, and you never are too old to be a mom. And thanks to science, honestly, thanks to the advancement of science when it comes to procreation, because we all know the saying that women, once you hit the 30s mark, it becomes a challenge when it has to do with your eggs and all of that. When you consider women these days are prolonging childbirth for a few reasons, having to find the perfect partner, balancing work out, chasing careers. You know, it's a lot to add to the mix when you are in your 30s. There's no relationship that you feel like it's solid enough to go the distance, and then you also then have to factor in the fact that your clock is ticking. Thank God you can freeze your egg and for when you're ready. Naomi Campbell has just proven that 53 is not too old for a woman to have her kids. Just plan, make haze while the sun shines. When you're in your 20s, you're building your career, you are able to save some funds and secure some funds for egg freezing, do it. And just have that rest of mind knowing that you're not ready at that time, or you're not ready at where you are at now, but in the future, you have the plans for when you become ready and when you find a partner to procreate with. So again, women, just know that you can do anything you want to when you want to. There's no pressure from anyone anymore. And I am congratulating and using these women as a focal point for us to just remind us that we can do things. I know it's a bit expensive when you talk about egg freezing and all of the process involved. It is expensive. This is a hefty price. But I mean, what it's considering the comfort, the rest of mind, the reassurance that you can keep on chasing after your career. And when you're ready, you can have your baby. Think about it, guys. It is not too late to start planning for your future now. Now, I would say this is more like in national Nigerian news, but the fact that he is quite famous in America gives this another viral story from me. Now, this particular musician or artist by the name of Davido has been on the news this week. Not for the right reasons, guys. I don't know how to say this. I don't want to sound pretentious, and I don't want to get into other people's businesses because, guys, I've got a lot more skeletons in my closet that I don't want to release just yet. But in saying that, though, I feel like I owe us women a few advice. And we always learn from other people's mistakes, right? That's exactly why I do this. That's exactly why my vlog would say is important for some. I don't know. Now, the last few days has been nothing but chaos in the Casa Davido, or in the house of Davido. On Instagram, it's alleged, now because we don't know, there's a girl called Anita Brown. She's an American. She came out to say she is pregnant for Davido. Allegedly, I would say. We don't know. Now, she went on to most of those bloggers to you know, spill the beans. And I think some kind of threw her to the curb by saying she's lying. And she came back with receipts. Receipts from conversations she has with Davido, released his phone number on the internet, on Instagram. And she went on to release some further allegations, alleging that they've known each other since 2017. Davido has, you know, had other women take out pregnancies. I don't want to say the word because I don't know what is censored on YouTube. And she was pressured to, and she decided she was going to keep the baby. Good on her for doing just that. You know, I don't care the circumstances. I just feel like the baby deserves a right to live. She also went for that to say that Chioma, you know, Chioma is Davido's Nigerian wife. And now we're now finding out that Chioma is probably wife number 2. If we're keeping the score, this is following the death of Chioma and Davido's baby last year. Now, you would think that a parent that had gone through such a traumatic event would be mourning and in a state of grace together, just loving up on themselves. But no, while one is supposedly feeling the pinch, the other was out there gallivanting. Now, it's now alleged that we don't know that Chioma is at the moment pregnant. She is pregnant. And in all of this chaos, to add to the chaos, a French woman is also coming out this same week to say she is also pregnant for Davido. So I can't keep count of how many women Davido has allegedly impregnated. But we know he's got 4 kids previously. Now there's this 5th one, there's the 6th one. We don't know how many more that's going to be coming out in the next couple of days to say they are also expecting a child for Davido. Now, what's the moral of the story here? Or what's the lesson? You know what? In the I'm not going to broad this to Africa, but I would say Nigerian women, we have been conditioned to accept infidelity, to accept that our men cannot be faithful to us. Cheating has been something that we find out and just look the other way because there's only so much you can do. Now, on the backdrop of poverty, when you are poor, you have no means to fend for yourself, you become conditioned to stay in the marriage despite you being unhappy and being treated poorly. It takes a toll on the kids who are already who are there. It takes a toll on the wife who is sort of enduring, and the family who's also encouraging her to endure and stay on. Now, with someone like Davido who has this amount of money to spare or at his beck and call, I don't think there's any woman that wants to leave despite all of this disgrace that's been publicized on the internet about her man. It is quite sad. I had the same mindset, and that was I probably would not walk away if my partner cheated on me. And it was the mindset that I had because I felt, the one you have cheating on you was to say that the one you're going to find out there won't cheat on you. But lately, I kind of realized that it sort of was my downfall, that I accepted and I was conditioned to accept a mediocrity. And accepting mediocrity has led me now to feeling less of myself, having low self-esteem, very little self-worth, and just having doubts about my femininity. Although there's nothing feminine about me, I'm very masculine, and I became masculine as a result of just having to mask pains, having to go into self-preservation mode and deal with things in the best way that I felt was protecting my mental state. And that is exactly what a lot of Nigerian women go through. They have spouses that cheat on them, bring different kind of diseases home, and they come out and smile and wave because whoever is not complaining, it's all good for them. The shame of saying I don't want any more, the shame of I'm divorced, I'm leaving you, it wears heavily on African women because we are conditioned to believe that when you divorce your husband, you become a loser, nobody would want you, you're a failure, stuff like that. And so you just have the embarrassment of other women, side chicks, having the grace to call your man their man as well. And you're just there accepting it. And that's exactly what is happening with Chioma right now. We haven't heard anything from her. Good on her for keeping mom. But in the same vein, only God knows the amount of emotional distress this woman is under right now. Because Anita is on the internet spilling a lot of dirty secrets. There's a lot of things that she know that we all know would have come from one source, and that's from Davido. And that's the shamelessness of most of these men, airing out their dirty laundries, airing out their wives' secrets, airing out what's going on at home to their side chicks. And then these side chicks use it against this, weaponize this information and use it against these women. All for what? All for what? To better your position. Well, I could say this: Camilla has made it easy for South chicks to say we can become queens. You know, I mean, Prince Charles married his South chick, side chick, and she's now the queen. So there really is no you can't really speak against them now because they've got power as well as you have as the wife. And so I've always questioned monogamy. I don't think it is something that is sustainable over time. We have to start questioning why women are being conditioned to think that marriage is the end all and be all, when in fact they literally getting the short end of the stick. Anita is still on the internet rambling and raving. If you can search for her on Instagram, you get more information, which is quite sad. We don't know she took a pregnancy test. She did a video taking a pregnancy test. We don't know the outcome of this. I guess a DNA is going to solidify her claim of Davido being the father of her child, and then every other thing is going to fit into place. She is considering legal actions for child support, and rightly so. She didn't make the baby by herself. Davido was a part, allegedly, if he had a part to play in this whole drama. And then you get the fans now supporting Davido and trying to, should I say, rubbish this woman, which is uncalled for. She is crying in the best way she knows how to cry, to gain attention, for people to recognize her or to be heard. And you fans are there mocking her distress. She is in pain. Only she knows what she's feeling. I don't care what her life, what her past lifestyle is like. It's not my place to judge anyone. But the point is, there is an infant that is going to be in the middle of all of this, and we need to respect and understand that people have got issues they're dealing with, and we need to treat these issues with a certain level of empathy and sympathy. So I'm empathizing with Davido and his wife Choma, and I'm also empathizing with the girl in France and Anita Brown. Good luck to them, and I hope they are able to resolve whatever situation that they have all found themselves in amicably, for the sake of these children that are going to be brought up to all of this chaos. Men, you need to keep it in the pants. That's all I'm going to say. Because if you don't, you're going to keep getting issues like this that you are going to be regretting and unable to contend with. It has nothing to do with the woman you have at home. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I would also say this. Women, you have to empower yourself. You have to empower yourself so that when it's over, you are able to pick up the pieces, dust your bum off, and walk out feeling proud and feeling brave and standing up for your kids, because they're going to look up to you and they want to emulate all you embody. And you should embody strength and you should embody resolve. Seriously, we need to start changing the narrative for African women, especially Nigerian women, who feel like they need to stay in marriages that are not right for them. They need to stay in homes that are literally going to kill them. But that's it. Now, this is a little bit more serious now, and that is me coming here with the update for the submarine that went down last Sunday in America. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are by now aware as to the outcome of this particular Oceangate submersible that went down a couple of days back. Now, unfortunately, I'm sad to say, it didn't end well. You know, I was keeping my fingers crossed for good news, but it didn't end well. And yeah, we have been informed, or everyone now knows, that the submersible imploded on itself once comms was lost aboard the boats, or the boat that was waiting or monitoring this particular submersible. Now, there is a lot of questions that is yet to be answered, in my opinion. We're led by the American media to think that there was hope, when in fact there wasn't any hope from after 2 minutes of this particular submersible going down. We can now finally confirm that the submersible imploded on itself a few minutes after communication was lost by the flotation boat onshore that led this particular submersible down to the Titanic. Now, we can also confirm that Stockton Rush was advised by his team of experts that this particular submersible wasn't fit for purpose. Now, how do I know? I am no technological expert. I do not know anything about theology, according to a rapper in America. But the problem now is communication with this particular device was very primitive at best. We're talking about high-tech communication. We are in 2023. We know the level of communication that has advanced, or communication advancement in technology. For this particular submersible not to have any of that is quite questionable. And there's a few things I would like to ask. And before I get to that, why was a material that is known to, be combustible, known to be not to be reactive with a particular material be combined? And I'm talking about the fact that the hull of this submersible was made from fiber, carbon fiber, and then the other end pit was made from titanium. And they say, according to experts, carbon fiber and titanium together will definitely result in catastrophe over time with wear and tear. And we are also this is where they lost me, the fact that the control was made from a PlayStation console. And I'm like, is this guy serious? So Stockton Rush was living his PlayStation addiction and decided to involve 4 other innocent victims. This is like a video game movie gone wrong for Stockton Rush. Yes, he put his life on the line for this, but I feel like that guy was such a daredevil, chasing stunts, chasing high adrenaline rushes, and this is the end. Because we know that this particular submersible has done a few dives more than 3-4 times and came out successful. So that probably gave him the leverage and the overconfidence to trust in this particular death trap. Because I'm not sure why someone's going to be paying $250,000 to be in this tiny capsule where you're even unable to move, go to the bathroom, nothing. There was no communication, no camera. And we're even hearing the visual point, which is the glass point at the end of this particular tube, wasn't even fit for purpose. And the standard it was made with isn't enough for the depth they were seeking. They were seeking a 4,000 depth below sea level. But this particular submersible was only tested for 1,500 depth. And I'm like, where are the authorities? Aren't there maritime authorities that would have checks in place to ensure that the right people and the right equipment are going under their waters? It is quite astounding. Because I would think that before you can attempt a dive such as the one they did to the Titanic, which should naturally be a heritage site that you have to seek permission before going to, it's quite questioning. So where are the authorities? Who signed the waiver for these people to go under? Who gave the go ahead for these people to be able to even insert this particular submersible down below? We should start asking questions, because all of this is quite significant. And we can even hear that, okay, while the search and rescue thing was going on, we now know that the Americans don't even have the equipment. The French government were the ones that sent a robotic device down to search for this particular, for the debris of the submersible after the fact. The American authorities and the American media kept saying, we have how many hours of oxygen left, we have how many minutes of oxygen left, leading us to sounds they were hearing that was not quite traceable to the location or the point of entry. And it is quite unfortunate. Over the week, we could see, we saw one of the relatives of one of the souls that were lost. The Dawood family, because the Dawood had the father and the son and on board this particular vessel for the voyage to the Titanic wreckage. The auntie came up to say the son had the reservations, but he needed to go to prove that, he loved his father, because it was a Father's Day event for him. Now, we also got word from the Shade Room reporting that the wife of this man would have actually been the one that should have gone with the man. According to her, the plan was for her and her husband to go on this particular voyage, but the son wanted to take her place, and so she let him. And so she was aboard the vessel that took the submersible down, according to her, the first thing she heard that changed her life was the fact that they said, we have lost comms, which they've lost communication of the vessel. And she held on to hope, but she knew it was not going to be good. Poor woman, having to deal with this double tragedy. And I'm glad she probably didn't go. But I'm pretty sure she'll probably be beside herself saying, I wish my son did not go as well. In the few, there's been so much information. Honestly, for more in-depth analysis about this particular Oceangate submersible, the Titan, you just need to go on YouTube and just search it. And there's so much intellectual content regarding this particular submersible, what it was doing and what it wasn't meant to do, and the fact that safety warnings went unheeded. And, Stockton Rush fired the guy that questioned everything. And I'm like, why didn't the authorities put an embargo on this particular company, saying until you provide safety assurance for your vessel, you're not going under? It is quite unfortunate. And what is even more sad is the primitive way this particular capsule was constructed. The fact that they were relying on acoustic sound to locate the Titanic wreckage. There was just a lot of things. And the fact that the capsule can only be opened from outside. So meaning you are literally in a death trap. That the only way to get out of this particular submersible is when you come back onshore. Quite astounding. Quite extraordinary. ABC has reported that, there's photos of the wreckage that's now being brought to land. You can see that it's really imploded. I'm not even sure how long they were down before it imploded. Their remains have now, allegedly been found. Debris have been located. So we're gonna be unpacking a lot of this particular tragedy catastrophic tragedy in the coming days to see exactly what information we can gather to stop future tragedies. And that's it, guys, from me to you. Until next time when I come up with more trending topics, stay safe and be focused. Thank you for